No, I don't fear nothing. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one. See it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on. I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
They don't know my name, I get through the pain, taste sweet on my face.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. This is Kamara. And right away, he lost the football. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
The ball carrier.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st down, Ravens.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And complete to Zach Ertz. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zach Ertz. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Switch. Mike 5'9",
First carry for Raheem Mostert. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Check.
Out of the gun, Newton. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Newton on 3rd down. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi.
In punt formation.
White now to return. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Running with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Alvin, no gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brought down right at the
These two teams all tied after one.
end of the 1st quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Go. Kill. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. Great.
Here's Newton. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike, check. 59. Big stop, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
59 Mike. Check. 59. Screen. 20.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, here's Newton. And that's caught by Smith. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Goal at the 5-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Raheem Mostert His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Tucker lining up for
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
complete to James
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. On play action, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They go with White on the counter. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
James White, the ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, B. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. You guys can get tired of seeing me. SOS.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. On the ground, Kamara. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Number 41, Alvin Kamara.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 3 yards on first, 4 on 2nd, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
A give. This is Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Gun. You. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
At
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41, Newton. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd and 2, Newton, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
5-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton, that one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play.
At the 5-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Bell. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
The ball carrier.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
They'll run with Mostert. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 41 yards.
Baltimore.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a play fake. Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to palm that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Newton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, it's White. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to get a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The tackle made by Austin Calitro.
7-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Here's Newton. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Powering his way forward. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
He's checking.
penalty. It's Kamara. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Second and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Again, it's Kamara.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
The 7-yard line.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a one-score game. On the draw, it's White. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
First and
a looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
And we may very well be headed to overtime.
That ties the game 24-24. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
check. 59, 59. Got you.
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
First throw in overtime for Newton. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
20.
Newton now to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
47-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Tavon Young in on the tackle.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Newton to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tim Williams in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now.
Here we go again. Mike, check, 59, 59. You ain't got no gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get...
And it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it's pandemonium in the dog pound as the Browns are going to win the football game. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. There was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Browns, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.